happened on April 6th. Where only 1 week left in the regular season in the fantasy. I think 90% of the leagues are already finished already. So let's just quickly go over all the games. Um, Lakers beat the Cavaliers 116-97. I mean, the big takeaway. And a lot of times now, we might need to think about next year what's going to happen. But this year, it's crazy how healthy these Lakers stars have been. For the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell really hasn't really played well at all after he got hurt, but he was amazing when he played before he got hurt. And Darius Garland is one of the biggest disappointment. Not the biggest, but he's been disappointing this year. And I feel like this next year we can get him cheap, and he's gonna give us a lot of guard stats. And then Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Mobley, I feel like if you draft him, there's just no upside because he's playing at the power forward position. He's not gonna get the blocks. He's not gonna get the rebounds unless Jared Allen get hurt. But in terms of actual numbers, this game, Darius Garland had 5 steals, which is really good. Donovan Mitchell had 3 steals and 2 blocks. Maybe these two guys helped to win steals Saturday. Well, we still have to play today. For the Lakers, yep, LeBron AD. AD had 3 steals and 6 blocks. He's been absolutely amazing. D'Angelo Russell with 6 threes, a steal and a block, 20 points. Okay. That's not that bad. That's not bad. Next game is Detroit Pistons and Brooklyn Nets. The Nets, the Nets really. Mikal Bridges has been so disappointing. For Detroit, for next week, as we look ahead, if like guys like Jalen Duran is out, because next week is very interesting. We have pretty much everybody plays on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. So Wednesday and Thursday is really, you got to really stream everybody. Because you probably already have a full squad on those 3 days. Because there's no game on Monday, and there was no game on Saturday. So pay attention. Marcus Sasser could be, if they play on Wednesday or Thursday, stream him. Jaden Ivey, same thing. James Wiseman. If Doran continues to be out, even Chimezie Metu, who had a big game here. These 4 guys could be streamed when they play on Wednesday. Right, just pay attention. Over here, I mean, doesn't really matter. They're getting the minutes at least here. Whether or not they play well here, I don't think it matters too much for us to make decisions. We gotta just stream these guys next week, anyways, because the minutes are so good. For Brooklyn Nets, Mikal Bridges for next year, he has not been good at all this year. Another disappointing game, but Claxton, big game, a big year. He has had a big year, but I think this is probably his ceiling. I don't see how he's going to get better because he kind of just does a couple of things, right? Blocks and rebounds. I don't think he's really going to. So, yeah, he's not a guy don't overreach next year because I think he had a good year. Next year, who knows, right? They bring someone new, and he's not going to get the full minutes. I think for the longest time this year, too, like he's just not getting 30 minutes a night. But, with everybody hurt, Ben Simmons hurt as well. Cam Thomas had 32 points. That's great. And Dennis Schroeder. These guys could be streamed next week. The next game is the Philadelphia Sixers and Memphis Grizzlies 116-96. Joel Embiid had 30 points and 12 rebounds. If you picked up Joel Embiid, that move might have helped you to win the championship. Joel Embiid is another guy next year. When he plays, his top 3 locked in. We know that. It's just how many games is he going to play. For me personally, I still prefer somebody that does better. I always prefer somebody that that's better on a per game basis than somebody like a Jason Tatum, for example. That he's going to play a lot of games, but chances are he's going to play a lot of games. We don't know that. Or like a Mikal Bridges, right? You always pick a guy I think on a per game basis better in general. I prefer that. So Embiid next year going top 3, top 2. I still like Jokic best, even though Shea this year has been so good. But a lot of the value coming from him getting those steals. I don't know if that's going to be sustainable next year. In terms of counting numbers, Embiid and Joel, they're going to do better. And then efficiency, Jokic has done it for so many years. Cal Oubre Jr. had 17 points, 2 steals and a block. Sure, you could stream him next week. You could. Tyrese Maxey, sure, you can drop him. This is the guy that you could drop because we're getting to the last week of the season now. If you don't need guard stats, you could drop. And with Embiid back, Paul Reed could still be streamed. If they have a back-to-back, you actually need that back-to-back. Next week, go stream him. But everybody else, yeah, not really interested. For Grizzlies, they do have a lot of talent. So next week, Scottie Pippen Jr. could be a top 50 player, depending on how many defensive stats he get. It is a possibility. And Jordan Goodwin also absolutely could be a top 20 player. He could average 4 steals next week. And the Memphis Grizzlies, they do have 4 games, right? They have a back-to-back to kick off the week. So 100% stream some of these guys. And they started this guy, Trey, Jamison. I don't know who that is, but he's gonna be the center. You need to look some rebound, field goal. Well, it doesn't look like he's a great field goal guy. But if you need rebound and blocks, sure, stream him next week. Same thing with GG Jackson. You're looking for some points. So they play this guy Pereira, 36 minutes, 13 points, 11 rebounds. Do they even have this guy on ESPN? The Grizzlies really at this point, they just play anybody. They would just play anybody. So Scottie Pippen Jr. and Jordan Goodwin are the guys that I'm looking at next week. The next one is, this one really wasn't close. Jamal Murray is back, 142, 110. Well, it really sucked if you have Trey just out of the playoffs entirely, while Dejounte Murray has been playing well. 12 assists here with 14 points. Bogdan Bogdanovic with 18 points, 3 threes. Sure, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is an interesting guy next year. He has a really good year, but he's one of those guys. If the Atlanta Hawks bring somebody in, the minutes may not be, or the minutes or the usage, I don't know, depend. But the minutes for him this year has been just amazing. Really, that was not expected to start off the season. DeAndre Hunter with 18 points and 2 threes, sure, you could stream him. And then we look at Denver Nuggets, it's really not much to talk about. Joker had an easy triple-double. Jamal Murray comes back, plays 20 minutes, had 16 points. Jokic is the guy that you really never just, if he has a game on Sunday, you just got to keep him, right? He's one of those guys. First rounder, top 10, top 15 guys, you don't drop them until the end. Well, obviously, if he has a game if Saturday's game is his last game, then you drop him on Saturday. Michael Porter Jr. had 20 points. Christian Braun started. Yeah, not much to talk about for this Denver team. You know how it is. For the most part, everything's going through Jamal and Jokic. All the role players, if they don't get defensive stats, it's not much value. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.